Hey guys, and welcome to another video by Top Tennis Training. In this video, Simon and I will discuss how a mobile app changed our tennis life in 3 ways. Now, for those of you who don't know about the Band app, it has everything you need to bring a tennis coach, a tennis player, a tennis parent, tennis club, bringing teams together, all on the same platform, easy to share knowledge, information, updates, and it's just a great way of interacting within a group and has some incredible features that we'll talk about within the video. Now, for us as tennis coaches and tennis players, we've identified 3 main components that will help you succeed on your tennis journey. Now, these components are organization, communication, and motivation. And these are the 3 components that we're going to look at a little bit deeper within this video. First part to success is motivation. Now, that could be a completely dedicated video to how to motivate either yourself or your student. But in this video, we'll cover just some of the basics to give you an idea of how you can do that and how we can instantly improve performance. Now, motivation is a way for us to bring the best out of ourselves for ultimate performance. Now, how do we do that? Now, for me, having played professionally on the tour before and now coaching players, I can see that simply just telling people to do something doesn't necessarily make them do it. It doesn't motivate people to do it. So for me, it's always been about bringing the player to find out about what their dream is. What is their dream in tennis or in life and so on, and almost noting that dream down so they're aware of that dream, so they're working towards that dream. Now, it's easy to say, okay, you know what, my dream is to play Wimbledon, or for a club player, it could be I want to get into the first team. That's my dream. At the moment, I'm in the 5th team. I want to be a first team player for the club. Now, if you give yourself, I know I have that dream, but if you just put that dream in front of you and say, okay, now reach it, it can be a daunting task. It becomes very difficult because it's tough to motivate yourself for a dream that's quite difficult to achieve, right? And that's normal. But dreams are just those things. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. But in order to achieve those dreams, we need something that's a little bit more achievable, and those are goals. So those are small targets within your dream that will help you achieve your dream and get there at the end. It's almost like breaking down a marathon into little segments, and in order to be able to run that marathon, you need to be able to run, many 100-meter sprints. And that's exactly how we want to do it in tennis or in coaching. You want to set yourself little goals, and once you achieve those goals, it gives you that motivation because right now I'm achieving, I'm performing, I'm succeeding in this, and this helps a player and yourself get more motivated. Now, I've done some work with for youth sports trusts, or a little bit of work mentoring other sports, so other athletes, because I've played it to a decent level. So I've been helping some juniors that are coming up in the ranks for other sports too. And something interesting that I've noticed in the cycling is they do a lot of player profiling that we don't necessarily do enough of in tennis. Now, what is player profiling? They basically identify a few key points that they want to have success in, or they want to achieve in their sport. So for example, for tennis, this could be, okay, I need a good forehand, serve, backhand, volleys, and so on. So you could have a few of those noted down. Now the coach will say, I'm going to mark the player on the number that I think out of 10 that player is on that particular subject, on that key. So it could be the backhand could be a 2, forehand could be an 8, serve could be a 3, and so on. And then we actually make the player do exactly the same thing, and then we compare whether what the coach believes is the same as what the player believes. And sometimes those are different, and that can actually cause a little bit of friction between players, because a player might think, well, my serve is a 10, but the coach thinks it's a 3. So the coach keeps working on that serve, telling them, look, you need to improve your serve, but the player actually believes that their serve is a big weapon. So it's important that the coach and the player have the same profile. They're synchronized in what they believe in, and then they can work together to try and achieve a better number there. And it will be easy to see after a while if, for example, you've put your backhand now at a 4 out of 10, and so on. And you can actually go within you can make a graph within that stroke. So for example, if I wanted to improve my serve, I need to be able to improve my kick serve, my slice serve, my power, my consistency. It could even be my leg drive, my fitness, my balance. There could be a few things that you can note down for that category alone. So for me to be able to improve my serve, I need to have maybe 5 or 6 components to improve that will help me do that. And again, we can create another profile there, and again, we can mark it, the coach and the player will mark it, and you can do that for yourself just to see where you're at, and it'll be very easy for you to see what things you need to be working on in order to improve. And that's how sometimes it's not about making big drastic changes to your whole game, but making small 1% differences on each little component, which then eventually will add up to a big change within your game. So you can actually improve dramatically if you do that. Now, once a player has done that, once you've done your profiling for the player and the coach or for yourself, and if you're within a group, you can actually share it through the app. And the app makes it very easy for you to share it because you can go onto your feed, you can share it to the wall, you can have all the components, you can even share the graph. It allows you to share PDFs, it allows to share videos, it allows you to share even it's like a step-by-step plans of, reminders, things that you want to achieve. So it makes it easy to see, to spot, and to come back to, as well as being able to interact between coach, player, and you could have like a few coaches. You can have a fitness coach and a parent, and it's all within one group, and they can see exactly what the player's working on. And to help the motivation, of course, they'll be able to see their progress, which the app makes very easy to do. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is organization. Now, organization is a big part of either playing tennis or coaching tennis, and it's important that you're organized within yourself, within your environment, so that you can achieve success. Now, the Band app helps you organize yourself much better because it has that link to your calendar. So I can actually plan events, I can put that in to my calendar, it syncs it automatically to my phone, and it will give me reminders, as well as give reminders to everyone else within the group that an important event is happening. So in terms of organizing an event, it's very easy. Or for example, I'm organizing a trip, I'm traveling somewhere, I'll have things like the step-by-step reminders of what I need to do, like a to-do list almost. I can have synchronized to the calendar to know exactly when I need to enter tournaments, when I need to attend certain trainings or events, anything. Or even if you're doing a Christmas party in your club, you can even put that in, and your whole club will get a notification of, right, this is when the party's happening. It also allows you to do polls, so that, for example, when you're organizing an event, or you even just going out for dinner, for example, it allows you to have people voting to see what they want to eat, for example. Or if you wanted to work on something in training, it also allows you to do that, because people can vote, right, I want to work on my backhand, my forehand, my serve, and so on, and you can see exactly what the whole feel of the group is by that voting system. And it's all done within the app, on the live feed, on the feed on the wall of the app that all the players have access to. Now, in terms of organization for a player and for a coach, it's important that you're peaking at the right moments. So that means entering tournaments that you know you want to do well in. So for a professional player, it could be the 4 Grand Slams, the end of year finals. So the players want to peak for that moment. They don't want to burn out for those tournaments. They want to be in the best possible shape. So if you put those big events into your calendar and make reminders, a little bit beforehand, you'll know when to kind of alter your training, and you can actually set up your trainings leading up to those events to represent that, so you're not burnt out and not injured when it comes to events. So you don't want to overdo your training close to the event, but you also want to put a lot of hard work in early on in the timeline before the event, so that you can get some gains and you can make some improvements before that big event. And because all of us play tennis all the time, that for you could be playing tennis for your local team, for your club, and making those improvements is vital. So if you're not improving, if you're simply trying to just win matches, you're gonna plateau. You're not gonna get your level. You're not gonna go up. Your learning curve will not accelerate upwards. So even professional players, they enter practice matches, they play tournaments that they're not necessarily that they're bothered about winning, but it's not a life or death situation. So they're simply trying to get some match play. They're trying to get match fit. They're trying to get mentally stronger, trying to get some confidence going. And you have to put those in before your big events, so that you've done your hard training, you've done your match play, you've done all the hard work there, so that when it comes to the event, you're confident and you're ready to go and win some of those matches. And that really helps. So making sure that you're peaking and setting up a good schedule for your training as well as your tournament plan, it's vital for anyone wanting to perform in sport, business, or anywhere else. So for you guys, if you want to improve in your tennis, make sure that you organize yourself and you put those matches in and you know exactly what you're playing and when.
Now you can also use the Band app to schedule your training sessions. This includes your on-court tennis training and your off-court fitness work. Now for the serious club players out there, players who want to take their game to the next level, or players who want to maintain a high level, you should be looking to do around 8 to 10 hours of on-court work a week. Then 3 to 4 hours of fitness work. This will include your stretching, your rehab if you have an injury, your fitness work, and your strength training in the gym. Now for the junior players out there who want to take their game more serious, they maybe want to play college tennis or even pro tennis, you should be looking to do at least 12 to 14 hours of on-court work per week, and then around 5 to 6 hours of fitness training per week. So the average day for a junior player should be around 1.5 to 2 hours of on-court tennis and around 30 to 60 minutes of off-court fitness work, strength training, flexibility work, coordination, footwork, and all the other things that come off the court. On the weekends or when you don't have school, so in the school holidays, you should be looking to do around 3 hours of tennis per day plus another hour of fitness, so around 4 hours of training on a daily basis. You could also split up your tennis training into technical work. So let's say you're working on your backhand, you're improving your backhand down the line, that would come under technical work. You have then basket drills, so working on different patterns that you want to use in a point. So this could be working on a deep backhand cross court and a short backhand down the line. That would come under basket drills. You then have rallying with your coach or with a partner in specific manners. So let's say we're working on high tempo cross court backhand to backhand. And then you have point play based drills or games, which is the most beneficial and the one that you should be incorporating into your tennis sessions on a daily basis. Now in terms of improving your match level, the points will be the most beneficial because it's the most realistic to playing a match. And you could break down playing points into different sections. You could have defending when neutral or when attacking. So it could be, today I'm going to be working on how I defend with my backhand slice. So my partner can feed me a running backhand, I slice it cross court and the point begins. Things like this can all be done through the app your coach or your parent can set up on a daily basis. Today you're going to work on defending with your backhand, and they put that in that app. You simply go on the court with your training partner, you open the app, you see what your work is to be done on that day. When you finish the session, you press complete, task finished. And this is a great way for you to really take responsibility for your game and make sure that you're doing what you should be doing. And if you don't do it, you'll see on the app that you haven't done the work. And if you have done the work, then you know that you're doing as best as you can to improve as quickly as you possibly can. And this is only going to give you more confidence and belief in your game. When it comes to individual sessions, you might want to break it up into two. Things you're going to improve, so areas of the game that you want to work on getting better. This could be the backhand cross court. And then the second part will be more maintenance of what you already have. So this could be more the point play based drills. It could be your serve plus your forehand. It could be your serve plus serve and volley. So all of these different things you can schedule into your daily routine, and you can see that today I'm working on being more aggressive with my serve. The worst thing is stepping on the court and having no plan, having no goals in mind, and this is the way that you stagnate and you don't actually improve your game. But by having goals and knowing what you should be working on, on a day-to-day basis or even an hour-to-hour basis. So today I'm working first hour on defending, and the second hour I'm working on being aggressive, being an attacking player, serving, volleying, coming forward. And all of these things I can track through the app, so it makes me a much more organized tennis player. So I'll know that on a day-to-day basis I'm making the most of my time. Now time is precious, we don't have all day, most of us don't have all day to train. So every hour that we have, every minute that we have, we should be maximizing it. And by organizing your time and knowing your schedule, you'll make the most of your time available to you. Now, having good communication is one of the most important aspects of improving your game or maintaining a high level. And it doesn't matter if you're an aspiring pro player or if you're a club player who's just looking to maximize their tennis potential. And this communication could be between the player, the parents, if you're a junior player, the fitness coach, and the tennis coach. So for most club players, this would be 3 people at least: your tennis coach, your fitness coach, and you yourself as a player. And then if you're a junior player, you would include the parents as well. This might be 1 or 2 parents. When I think back over my coaching career, one of the most frustrating things was trying to organize large groups. So this could be junior squads, or it could be adult groups as well. You might have 8 players, you might have 10 players, or even 15 players in a group together, and trying to organize all of those players to be on time, knowing which court they have to be on, knowing what equipment they should bring. Or today it's very warm, so please ask your child to bring a cap, some extra water, or an isotonic drink. Trying to do this with each parent individually or each player individually is extremely tiring, and it wastes time. You're simply wasting time doing things that you really shouldn't have to be doing because you're simply chasing up parents or chasing up players. Now with the app, it makes it so simple. All you do is you create a little group. Each player will have access to the group, and you can write anything that you want. Today, guys, we're working on serve and return. We're working outdoors on courts 5 and 6. Please make sure that you bring extra water because it's very hot. You'll see who has read the message, and any players who haven't read the message, you can then follow up with them individually. But if you've seen that already 6 players out of the 8 have already read the message, then you know you only have to follow up with 2 more players. So it makes your job as a coach much easier. Now, if you're a tennis parent and you want to feel like you're more involved in your child's development, then this app can help you to do that. By creating a group of your coach, the fitness coach, the squad coach, and your child, plus yourself, and it makes it much easier to track exactly what the player is doing, and you as a parent can also have your own input. Now, if you're a player and you're in one of these squads, this could be a great way for you to find extra hitting partners, or you can set up a match between yourself and someone else from your clinic. This is an easy way for you to find additional practice time with someone of a similar level. Now, as a coach, you can also send your players videos that they can then study. So let's say you found a really interesting video of Federer's serve in slow motion, and you're working on the serve in your group. You can send that into the group. So good communication is key, and it's a fundamental that you must have in order for you to improve your game. And this is really easy with the Band app. Now, if everyone in the team is working in sync, they're all working towards the same goals, it's easy for each member to really maximize their time with the player so that the player improves as quickly as possible. And this is easily done when you have the Band app. Everyone's responsible. The fitness coach can then tell the tennis coach what they've done in the session already, or the tennis coach can say, today, you know what, he's very tight, he needs a bit of work on his flexibility. Can you work on him with his flexibility today? So everything is communicated within the app, and the great thing about it is it's all confidential. So I might write in that Alex needs to work on his serve, and the app doesn't show my personal details, it just shows Coach Simon instead of my mobile phone number, my email address, etc. So if you're someone who's a coach and you want to keep that information confidential and private, this app is a great way for you to do that. Now, if you're a head coach or a manager of a tennis club, this app can really help you to communicate to all your coaches, to all your players, or to all your parents in an easy way using simply one app. Instead of having to chase up each person individually, you can just put on the group chat, today we're working on serve and it's going to be on this court with this coach. The coach sees it, the parents see it, and the players see it. Very simple, very easy to use, and it's one of the best ways for you to organize yourself as a coach, as a parent, as a player, or as any part of the team. Now, the coach could also put out a poll on the group and the players can then vote to see what they want to do. So it's a great way for you to poll your players or your parents or even your coaches if you're the head coach at a club. The great thing about this app is that it's free to download right now. So we'll leave the link to download the app below. There you can also click on the link and find out more information about the Band app, the extra uses that we haven't covered in this video, and how to download it. If you're on a mobile, you simply go to the App Store and type in Band app. You'll find the app, simply press install, it will download, and then you can open it and start using it today. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want any more information about the app, click on the link below this video. Signing off, Simon from TTT, all the best and see you soon.